Hey, you look great.
Oh, thanks. It is such a great day. I am just doing so many fun things. Even though I'm at home, I'm just immersed in really one good thing after the other today, and it's just so much fun.
Yeah, well, that's exciting. So what are you all
Oh,
dressed if you're at home, why are you so dressed up?
so that I'm here with you, and I'm celebrating that too. Fun Fridays, funny stuff, man. Oh, we're all ready for funny stuff. Like, tell me about your furniture delivery.
Yeah, did you like my text? Bingo! Playing delivery bingo. Wasn't sure,
Well, we were winners.
you know, I have this past I wanna say it's been a solid week, have been it I'm gonna try to describe it because it kinda came through during one of my meditations. You have your physical stuff on the surface, all the stuff that's going on, and then you have that undercurrent, right? There's that undercurrent, and if you can get into that undercurrent and just let it take you, kinda like a riptide. Let it
Okay,
just let don't fight it, just let it drag you out.
even the undertow, just hold on.
Yep, yep. So, it's been like that for the past week because, my ex said to me, a month ago, he said, "For your birthday, I will get you a new dining room table and chairs if you will get rid of the one you have."
What is wrong with the one you
And I'm
have?
like, My table is very cute. What don't you like about it?" And he says, "I don't like the height." He says, "I don't like the chairs. They're not comfortable, and I don't like the setup of that table because I can't get my legs under it." I was like, you
Well,
know
what do I not like? What's the opposite thing, you know?
so he was so and I understand because I think I've told you before, I used to have my desk on that table, right, at the one end till I got my little desk to sit at, and, it's a countertop height, and being short, sitting on a stool is not comfortable, that for short people, that's not I know it's not comfortable sitting up on those high tops.
Okay,
So,
can I show you something? Wait. This is me sitting at my desk, 2 pillows, so that I'm at the right
So that
height.
you're high enough,
Yes.
so you clear that table?
Well, and to make the not, the camera versus the looking at the our screen.
So you're looking up a little bit, so this is it
Yeah, do you
as
see?
opposed to looking down,
There we go. Or you're not looking up my nose. I've done that before where especially when I'm trying to read something, it's like, "Hold on."
right? Or that you got
You're
that other
welcome,
angle where it
everybody.
makes you look like you're a double D. It's like, I wish my boobs were that big.
Right? Oh my gosh. Well, no, you don't. I've had friends like that, and
Oh, I know, I know.
they've
I'm kidding. I have loved my size my whole life. So
there you go.
anyway, yes, the counter height thing is not comfortable. Those high top, those high stools are not cushioned and they do get really sore on your butt after a little bit. Because we like to play board games. And
Right.
it had this cute storage thing underneath it with these cute little barn doors. I mean, it was the cutest table, but you couldn't get your legs under it.
Mm.
So people are always kicking it, you could always hear it go. It's like, "Take it easy on the table." So I took him up on it, and I said, "All right, I'll go ahead and I'll sell the table." So I said, so I told him I was gonna take him up on it, and he goes, "Well, what are you gonna do with the old one?" I said, "Well, I'm gonna sell it." He goes, "Oh, well, whatever you make off it, that can go towards your new table." I'm like, "Wait a minute. Wait a minute. That wasn't the deal." And so he was like, "Well, this and that." And I was like, "All right, but you have to agree to help me build it because I'm going to get it from Wayfair, which means it's going to come in boxes and going to have to assemble." And we know I think I've shared here. I'm quite capable of assembling things, but if it says that it requires 2 people, I'm better at having 2 people because the times I haven't, I've actually hurt myself. So
I can relate to that. Yes, yes.
yeah, yeah, sometimes, you can admit that it's a two-person job and it's no harm, no foul on who you are, right?
Well, I brought my other personalities with me, they just didn't have the same lifting power on this plane.
I was putting together a bench and they're like the directions are like, "So I have this person hold it like this and then snap this part in." And I was like, "Oh, well, I'll just wedge it up against a wall and do it." And I didn't have enough weight to get it to do it. And so I threw myself into it thinking the weight maybe I just needed forceful weight. And I did something not to my hip, but this weird muscle on the side of my leg, It's like an athlete injury. Football players get it. It's the weirdest injury because you only feel it when you have to swing your legs out of the car to get out.
So it has something to do also with your hip flexor then.
Yeah, it's the flexor one that goes from the hip to the inside of the knee.
Oh, yes. Do you know if you ever gotten that adjusted where they use that some people use them on their face. Those plain they're not plainer
Oh,
things, but they're the stone that
yep.
and they go in there and they release the knee around the little but
Oh, I went and I
beautiful.
did that rolfing one time. Oh, what was I
Did you
thinking?
finish? Did you go through the whole 10? I would not. I missed the last one where they'd go up your nose. I'm like, "I'm
Oh,
not
no,
doing
no,
that."
no, no. This was just like it was like a massage thing, but it was rolfing,
Oh,
where
oh.
they're just, "Let me take my thumb and insert it as deep into your flesh as I can." And I don't that is not what I was thinking rolfing was. I thought it was something else. So when they got done,
Oh,
I
yeah, rolfing
was
is like they
I was
manipulate the muscle all the way down to the bone.
oh my
I
gosh.
can see you reliving it now.
Yeah, I was crying by the end of it. She
Yes,
kept convincing me that, you know,
that
I
was good.
really needed to stick it out. By the time I was done, I was like I'm like, "And I paid for that." I paid to be hurt.
Ah,
So
yeah,
so
that's a
I
whole
agreed on the
genre in itself.
yeah. So I agreed to get rid of the table. So I
Okay,
put my table up on, what's it? Marketplace on Facebook.
okay, how did that work?
Well, I think you had told me your daughter had sold some stuff for you that way, right? Somebody did.
No.
Somebody told me their daughter sold their some stuff on
No, I've
that.
thought about doing it.
Okay, well, it worked out pretty well. I mean, you go through a number of people who don't follow up or, you know, it's the usual, it's yeah, you have to weed through the people, but I got a fair number of people responding and, so I was optimistic. And then I was working with this one lady, and she said that she sounded like it was a for sure thing. So I told Shelby, I said, "I think it's a done deal." He's like, "Well, you better start looking for a table then." And I was like, "Okay." So I'm on Wayfair, I'm looking for tables, and so I tell him, "I think I found the one I want." And he's like, "Well, order it," because it was on sale too. And I was like, "Well, I haven't actually sold that one, you know?" I'd really feel more comfortable with cash in hand before I get another set to put in this tiny space. And he's like, "Do it." He goes, "Just do it." And, I could feel that undercurrent, that there was an undercurrent of stability or the undercurrent was like, yeah, the yes current was going. So I was like, okay. So I order it. The deal with the lady falls through. And I'm like, oh, darn. That's okay. That's okay. So still work. Sure enough, within a day or two, a lady reaches out. She's going to do it. Now I've gotten, I get a text from Wayfair. My table's going to be here in like 5 days. I'm like, okay. So I'm kind of back and forth with this lady. Finally, she's like, yeah, okay. I will, I could do it. What was it? Wednesday. Wayfair says they'll be here Friday. And I'm like, okay, okay. There was a little glitch, but not where she wanted to postpone it. I was like, no, you know what? I really can't postpone this. So she's like, okay. So her and her husband came down and got it Wednesday. And then the delivery, like I said, was scheduled for today, right? So the thing comes through between 11 and 3. What's right in the middle of 11 and 3? Well, it wouldn't be funny Fridays. I'm like, well, did you ever watch Seinfeld?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the episode with Kramer and what was it, the car salesman or something? The thing with the gas tank where you would ride the gas tank till it was empty? And they played chicken with it, where they were like, how far can you get to empty before you lose gas
No, I
and
don't
can't
remember
get to
that,
the
but
gas
that would be
station?
like nothing I could do.
Oh, these 2 were in the car. I think it was him and George, or him and a car dealer. I don't know, somebody, but you know how Kramer was. And Kramer's like, "You can do it. You can don't pull over and get gas. Stay with it. Go, go, go." It was hysterical. I loved it. That's how I was with this table. I'm like, do I play it safe and cancel the 1 o'clock show? Or do I see how this really, because I'm still feeling that flow of that undercurrent saying,
It was
everything's
perfect.
perfect,
Yeah.
everything's perfect. And I was like, so
Oh,
they had a delivery tracker. So on my computer, I could see him making his deliveries and it was telling me how many were ahead of me, right? So I sent you the thing saying that there was what, 3 or 4 people ahead of me.
4
And
stops, 4 you
it
said.
was 4 stops, then it was 3, then it was 2, and I'm looking at the clock and then it was like, what, noonish, I think, where the guy
Yes,
calls me, "I'm 5 minutes away." And I was like, "Oh, this is gonna happen."
it is gonna happen. Look, it all worked out perfectly. See?
Yeah, so then I sent a text over to Shelby because he was,
When is it going to
he's
be
on
a
hold
table?
this evening. So I sent it right before I got on here. I was quickly texting him saying, 2 o'clock. He said, "Perfect." So 2-ish, he usually runs late, so I'm thinking about 2:15. By the time we're done, I'll be able to turn everything off, and he should be pulling into the driveway. I saw a truck pulling into the driveway. I was like, "Wait a minute, it's not 2 o'clock yet."
No, no, it's not, but, yes, I have to be off too. I have to get back on the Zoom at I said I'd be back at 2.
Yeah,
The whole schedule thing. But
yeah,
that's great. Okay, so what is the
fun.
motif of this table versus
It is similar
okay,
to what I had, except it's not tall. The other one it was farmhouse style. So
okay.
it's got kind of
How
a
many does it seat?
weathered
Oh,
white base with a
like
dark
that?
brown top,
Yep, okay.
dark brown wood top. So this one's white with dark brown too. The chairs are cushioned.
Ah, that always helps. Yes,
It's
yes.
shorter. It's normal table height.
How many did
And
it seat? Did you tell me that?
huh?
How many did it seat? Did we
Well,
say?
it's coming with 6 or it came with 6 chairs.
6. Wow, okay,
Okay.
so
The other one had
that's
4
like a
chairs.
board game extravaganza with company.
I know. Or puzzles. That's what I told the lady too when this lady that bought it. I said, "Well, if you're gonna be here Wednesday, I better finish that puzzle so I can get off the table." So I was up till
Ah,
3 o'clock in the morning, Tuesday night, finishing my puzzle, putting in
I
the last couple pieces.
You didn't even put it in a box or on a piece of cardboard to maneuver it. That is very good. You accomplished it.
I was confident. I told you
Fabulous.
there was an
Yeah,
undercurrent
there
of
was that
everything there.
flow. Do you know I'm going to tell you my favorite table of my whole life was in college, and it moved from place to place with me. And it was my family childhood picnic table. It was a big red wood. My dad had made it. Oh my gosh, that thing saw so much wear and tear and stood up to everything. And ah, I, I
Very cool.
I lost track of it when I moved to Florida, and I think my folks sold it then. But whoever got it got so much love and laughter and some funny,
Oh,
funny stuff carved into it. And I'm sure, like,
oh, that's so exciting. How fun is
yeah.
that?
But it saw a
Yeah.
lot of good games on it and puzzles. And
Yeah, yeah, we do like our games, and so, yeah, this one, it's interesting because the other one had 4 chairs, but it could easily sit like 8 people if you
yeah,
had enough stools that tall to
right.
sit there, but and it was a big table. It was like 4 feet by 6 feet.
That is huge.
It was really big, so that was another reason for getting rid of it, was that I've always felt like we were trying to maneuver around that table because it
It'd
was
be
just so
almost like
big.
something you'd want outside, like under a nice porch or under a big tree.
Or if you just had a big house, like the lady who got the table, it's her husband, 2 kids, and they are, the kids are into hockey. Well, if they're in team sports, there's teams at the house. So I'm like,
Right,
this could be a perfect table for a family of
right.
4 that have friends. I mean, and they had a bigger house. So I was like, yeah, this thing will be perfect. So this new one I'm getting is it's about a foot shorter and a foot wide short, yeah, half, I think it's like 6 inches smaller width-wise and at least a foot shorter in length, and then it still came with 6 chairs. I was shocked. So, and it's got drawers. Now how when you get a dress and it has pockets, you're kinda excited when you have pockets? It's kinda how I felt with this chair. I mean, with this table.
The chairs have drawers? That would be, you know what? That's a possibility right under the seat. Wow. Why don't people do that?
Oh,
I think
it
I'm
is a
gonna
pretty
have
smart.
yeah, that'd be very smart. Whoa, and you could even have it pull out the
I'll
back so
sell
it doesn't
that.
bother the front, like, so people don't feel like there's a knob or something in the front, but it could pull
Off
out
on the
the back
side or
or the
just on the
side.
side. I'm thinking just the side.
Right. Yeah. Mm.
Ooh, gaming table, where when you're sitting there, you just pull out, you got all your game parts right there ready to go.
Oh, yeah, yeah. See, I was thinking of drinking snacks.
Okay.
Yeah, right there, right
You
there.
get your drink right there.
You know, I our couch doesn't have anything like that, so it's like you have to precariously hold stuff, or we do have, like,
Yep, that's ours.
the trays, but they're not that stable either sometimes, and so everything is the counter, and you get up and you put it back, or you go,
Yep, I hear
"Honey,
you.
could you?"
Yep, but no, the table's got it. The table's got,
Okay. Around
3,
the base where the legs are.
yep, underneath the long side, there's 3 drawers on each side.
Wow, 3 drawers on each side. Ah, that's nice.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it.
I like it. I can't wait. You'll send me a picture.
I was just thinking if there's a
Please.
way for me to show you a picture.
Ah,
Yeah, so that was my excitement, and that was also kind of my next teaching point. My next teaching point for people,
staying
when I do
grounded
my
in the deep
classes.
undercurrent.
Feeling that undercurrent, and just, if you're in that current, just stick with it and ride it out even when the stuff on the top kinda looks a little
Yes.
ridiculous.
Well, and everything today that I'm doing, and even I did started a new Frequency Fridays. I don't know if you had a chance to see it. Um, just talking about how that is, how if we stay tuned into the frequency that is in the flow for our highest and best, kind of, and all the things we can do to tune into that. So that's kind of exactly what your little antennas were up today going, yes, it's going to get here in time.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting. It was pretty
I
exciting.
loved it. I had every confidence.
And it was kind of fun too with, sending you a thing saying, let's play delivery bingo. Yeah,
Oh,
let
yeah.
me where let's see, where am I? I am here. Let's see if I could do a share screen.
Ooh, okay. Everybody, let's watch this.
Um, I think this one. That's kind of different.
Ah,
Well, maybe
okay.
not. Wait a
Look
minute.
at that.
This one. Here. Can you see this?
I can. It says Wayfair. It's delivery day.
No, not that one. They're still
Oh,
showing. Let me switch it. I clicked the wrong thing. They instead of just clicking it and letting it show. Oh, wait a minute. Here, window. All right, this will work better. Okay.
oh, very nice.
Can you see the set now?
Yes, I can see the
Okay.
set. Oh, it's beautiful. Does the
Uh,
little arrow button work? Like we can see it from different angles?
There's the top, which is
Nice. Yes,
somewhat similar to the top that was on the other one.
right.
There's the
Oh, yes.
drawer.
Look at those drawers. That's so fabulous because you can, oh, that's amazing. I love it.
Yeah. I was like, drawers?
Drawers.
I'm liking the drawer thing. So there you go. That my house doesn't look like that, but there you go. So
Yay.
that
Right.
was my that's been my
Congratulations.
excitement over the past week. It was kind of fun.
It is nice too to find a table you really like. Like when the table we have here, we really looked for it. Actually, my daughter found it. And we didn't get it the first time we saw it because we're like, we're going to think on it, but it just called to us.
Yep. Yep. You got to go with what calls to you. Like, their Wayfair's really good about their emails. They send you way too many. But there was one that said it was like, doing little upgrades to your kitchen. And my kitchen's still in the process of being painted and all this kind of fun stuff. And I was going to do a stencil and this, that, and the other in there. And but I clicked on there just to look, and they had the peel and stick wallpaper, which is not the same as contact paper.
I used contact paper in college for my walls, and it was reflective. Bamboo,
Well, this
silver,
yeah,
and gold.
well, this'll it has I've seen it. It's not so much like contact paper. So when it's up, and what's nice is it comes right off when you need to take it down. So where I
Oh,
I
they've come a
I
long
bought a
way.
house that somebody did contact paper in the kitchen. Oh, that was a mess to try and get off. Oh, that was nasty stuff to get off. So anyway, because I was gonna paint it, but then I saw it's giant lemons, big lemons with the green leaves, and I was like, "Oh, I don't know. That's talking to me." I ordered some.
I think that's fabulous. When's it going up?
When it gets here. I
Hey, oh,
ordered it
I love
yesterday,
it.
so yeah, I'm kind of excited, because I was thinking of doing yellow walls in the family room, and
Mhm.
depending on what that yellow looks like in there, I might match it and do that yellow through here. And I was doing green accents already in the kitchen, so
It'll look fresh and
those
lively.
leaves, yeah, all the leaves will tie right in.
All the leaves are green and the sky.
And sometimes my mind gets going and it's like, oh, that's kind of pricey. That's kind of pricey. And now it's like I looked at what it would cost to do it. I'm like, do you know? I had to remind myself, do you know how much the stencils are going to cost? And then you have to buy the paint. You're going to be right there. And then you'd still have to do all the work. So I'm like,
Right, right.
so yeah.
Yeah.
Misty's like, are you going to have a professional put it up? I am like, moi.
Oh,
I am the professional. What are you talking about?
how far did her eyes roll back in her head? No,
She was like, oh, I hope you don't mess it up. I'm like, shut up.
just go with the flow. Go with the flow.
You
It's
know
going to
what? I have
smooth. And
she
if it comes right off, it's like, what is that? Wash on, wash off.
But,
With
I don't think she remembers, because of stuff. Her memory is not that great. So, I think she's forgotten how many houses we have renovated and remodeled and redecorated that, and I didn't hire professionals for all of that. One time I did, but overall, it was all hands on just because it was, it's fun. Sometimes it's fun to get your hands in the dirt and do it yourself.
yes, yes.
Which is, how's that garden coming?
So far, I've just not done a thing.
Oh, okay. Did you end up
I
getting the straw bales? Oh,
nope,
oh,
nope.
okay.
You know what? That is Mikey's
Thing? Shtick?
shtick, and he's on the landscape now, and we talk about the garden. So I'm doing guerrilla gardening, just throwing all my little seeds and my scraps into this pot or that pot, and I've gotten a few little tomatoes. We may or may not get potatoes because he moved my thing around to someplace where I don't remember to water it every day. I had
Uh-oh.
it where I wanted it, but then he said he liked it there, and outside is his purview. And I'm like, okay, it's all
It's
good.
not where the rain's going to get it.
It it does, but I think, we have had a couple days again where it looked like it was gonna pour, but it just gets that
We've
deep
been
dark.
getting it.
We
Bring
got
your
the
fla-
thunder. Oh my God, we got some lightning, but not a lick. It was so
Bring your
dark.
flower pots over here.
Oh, are you getting it
We're
all?
getting it all. In fact, talk about bingo. I went to bingo at the bingo place first time since COVID, and they've moved from Naples to Bonita. So I went last night. I didn't win, but it was fun. It was fun to get out. It was fun to do it again. And I was worried about it because it looked like it was going to rain. I mean, the looked like some real threatening type of storm activity. I was like, whatever. So I went, came out, nothing. Drive. I get into the condominium complex here, and that's where it was wet. That was the one and only place where I saw rain after all that was here.
Wow. So
So bring your plants over. Bring your pots over here. Put them outside. We're getting tons of rain. In fact, our lake is almost up to its fill line.
wonderful.
That
Wow.
fill line that runs around everybody's ponds down here.
Right. Yes. Yes. But that's really good because we've needed it. But no, we're not getting it. We're getting it every once in a while. But it's okay.
Yesterday, I went out to take Misty to work, and there was standing water everywhere. So
Wow.
we're getting a
Wow.
lot.
Yeah, you guys are. We're not. But I know I was on the phone with Krista. Miami's getting flooded.
Oh, are they?
They had to go to the vet, and she said, like, US 1 is 3 lanes and 2 of them are closed for the flooding. So everything has to go bottleneck down to 1 lane in
Right.
the rain. And you know how it is the most patient and low key vibes in the country, Miami. when you're driving.
She says with her tongue in her cheek. I'm like, Miami? I'll tell
Oh,
you what, now that the people are out of Naples, all the people are up north. I swear to God, I don't think anybody does under 60 on the roads right now. They're doing 90 on 75. I got on 75 and there wasn't a person. I was the only one under 90 and I was pushing 85. People were blowing past me and I was doing 85. I was like, what is going on? Last night, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do 41 on the way back. I'll just, take the trail back. I was doing 55. Well, there's that 55 stretch. So I was doing 65. People were blowing past me there as it's slowing down as it gets closer into city. People, I was just like, what's going on? I mean, I mean, they're doing easy 60 on
right.
most of the main thoroughfares through here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pent up, pent up, or have you guys felt pent up or something?
They're just so excited to be like having the roads free of traffic a bit, I guess, you know?
I think it is, because like
Yes.
last night,
It's
there
like
it
when you
wasn't.
let the horse out of the corral, he's got the bigger pasture, you
I
know?
mean, I guess just it was. Whew. So yeah, so Miami probably. You said more low key than that, huh?
Oh man, I know that I change. My whole demeanor changes. I can feel the like to defensive driving 1077,000. As soon as I kind of go through the last toll booth on 75, you can kind of feel the shift in energy and
There is a shift. You know what? There is an energy shift when you get to that side of the state.
yeah,
It doesn't have to be Miami. It about a half an hour before you get into, get off the alley
yeah.
or whichever one you're taking over. About half an hour out is when I'm like, ooh, okay, we need to put a bubble around so that we kind of keep that energy at bay because that's a little frenetic energy. Yeah, it's big city energy.
Yes, yes. And it just takes a while to get anywhere. And so, yeah.
Yeah, and lots of
No, it's no,
people.
it's like when I moved here and they're like, how far is the grocery store? And I'm like, oh, it's about 10 miles. And they're like, oh, and I'm like, yeah, but that's about 10 minutes, because it could be 2 miles and that could be an hour sometimes in Miami. Just depends.
Right, right, yeah. Yeah, those bigger cities, yeah, crazy, crazy. So
It does help you exercise your ability to mind your tongue.
the ability to find that undercurrent. Wait a minute, where's my undercurrent? Oh,
I,
no, I find I'm honking my horn.
I saw those. There was a show Mikey likes. It's those guys that do Top Gear, but it was a different show, and they were somewhere in Europe, and there's an invention. Somebody invented a flying car with hydraulics and everything from Slovakia, and it comes driving down the road and it parks at the runway, and the hydraulics come out and the wings come up and the wings go out and it takes off. But I mean, you would still need space because the wings take off. But I'm like, oh my god,
Oh, no. The
ah.
Jetsons are here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it was only gonna be a matter of time, right?
Yeah, it was. I'm like thinking, I wonder how heavy that is because I was asking Mikey because the hydraulics have to be kind of, unless they're titanium. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know.
I just want my own my own wings to come on out and magically transport me around town. or or I've always wanted that. I really wanted to be anybody like I. they made me believe I Dream of Jeannie, Bewitched,
You could wiggle your nose?
oh my God. And then there was a cartoon of a little girl. I don't know what her name was, but she had a friend that was a mouse. And she would say this thing like, I wish may, I wish I might be as small as, and whatever the mouse's name was tonight. And then she would just, and they could run and explore and all kind.
Okay, I don't remember that one.
Oh, it was a comic
Are
book.
you
It
sure?
wasn't a show.
You sure it's not, Alice in Wonderland?
No, did like that too, except for the queen.
Off with their heads. Oh, did you like the movie that they did with Johnny Depp and all?
Oh, yes, yes,
That was
did,
amazing, wasn't
did.
it?
Yes, it really was.
Love that
Really
one.
was,
That one,
yes.
that one's just magical. I love that one. Yeah. Oh,
Ah,
all that fun stuff.
I know. Ah,
So what else is going on? What's new with you?
oh, well, let's see. Well, I'm doing the class on frequencies and food today. I
Okay.
just did a cooking class last weekend, which was so much fun.
I saw some of your pictures. Was it?
Yeah, it
Are the
was.
ladies
You
had
know
fun?
what? I forget just how like we have this here, but when we have actually seen each other in person, and like it's been since before COVID since I've had a gathering of like fun, funny, intelligent, spiritual women all together in one spot in person,
Hmm.
having great food and, oiling up and having the diffusers going and walking around the property. And I just missed
Oh, that's
that.
so
And it
fun.
was really, really good. It did my heart so much good.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, I'm excited. So you're gonna do that again, you said?
yeah,
Or
I think so. We're gonna try and come up with a series. And I was like, oh, maybe summer desserts. Because we did a meal, but my goopy. Oh, and the best part was, I think I got the only picture of the brownies with the peppermint brownies, four
oh,
drops of peppermint. Oh,
you
and
did
then you
that
make them cold.
recipe. You did that recipe in the Spiritual Communities Network newsletter.
Yes, I did.
So were they
And
good?
yeah, oh, everybody has to try it. And put the brownies after you make them in the freezer. And I did not know this, that I found out that there's a vegan Cool Whip. Like I grew up with Cool Whip, and that was like, oh, it's such a treat. And now when I look
What do
at
you
it, I'm
mean you
like,
put it on stuff? You just get the dish out and eat it, right?
right. And it's like that. And the two of them frozen together. Oh my God. It was,
Ooh.
yeah, I like topped it. And they were like, there's no pictures of brownies. And I had one, but I mean, I even already bit into it. And I'm like, oh, all right. I won't finish it before I take the picture. Oh, they were so good. Ah,
Very cool.
and
Oh, yeah.
mangoes are in season.
I'm not a mango fan. Shelby is, but
Oh, I had like stained elbows. They were like, yay, juicy mangoes. Some
yeah.
people are you allergic?
I just don't care for the I just don't care.
There's a lot of
I'm
different
really
ones.
a tactile kind of person when I eat, and there's something about it between the taste and the mush.
It could be the mangoes you got. Then Michael's like that where he won't eat something once it's past a certain point. He doesn't like the texture. And I understand that because there's even certain apples I don't care for. Like I
No,
like
I
uh,
can't do tapioca.
really crisp, almost not quite Granny Smith, though I like Granny Smith,
Oh,
but a little
yep.
bit toned down from that.
Hi,
Oh,
Anya.
hi, Anya.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday.
Yeah.
I hear you on that. Like, I can't do tapioca. There's something about
Oh,
the
yeah. No, I'm
chunks
not as
and the
tapioca
mush.
fan either.
And I've tried different mangoes. Mm-mm. No, it just I don't the taste and then again, the tactile thing. Again, Shelby likes it, but yeah, you mentioned about having a sensitivity to it. It's in the poison ivy family.
Yes, there's a
So
lot of people that can't touch the skin or the sap, and I gladly take their mangoes. I don't want them to suffer.
very good. See,
Yes.
you're doing a
In
service.
fact, Anya's aunt, Nikki, has two beautiful trees in her yard, and so we have had a
Oh,
little sampling of hers, and they're delicious.
they're beautiful trees. The trees themselves are beautiful.
Yes. We had kids when I was a teacher at a school where we had a lot of outside time, and you had to be careful with the mango trees because some kids were allergic, but also because
Oh, Ruth popped on.
oh, Ruth,
Hey,
hey.
Ruth. We got the gang here.
I think Ruth would. Ruth, do you love mangoes? We're talking mangoes here, but you have to watch for them falling on your head.
Oh,
Same
yeah.
way with
Yeah,
avocado,
I would
because
think
those
that.
trees get pretty big.
You know what's deadly is coconuts.
Yes.
Coconuts will kill you if they hit you. I
Oh,
knew
yay!
I'm trying
Ruth
to
loves
remember.
mangoes.
Oh,
You
they
should be visiting now, Ruth.
they went ahead. Somebody, who was it? Somebody I knew, and it's not the name's not coming to me. They were on their honeymoon on an island, and they were strolling along underneath the palm trees, and the coconuts were hanging, and they drop, and the husband got hit on the top of the head, dropped him to his knees. It caused his jaw to close. He like broke out teeth. He had to go to the hospital. It was a mess. It was a mess. Thank God he didn't kill him, because people have been known to die from a coconut dropping on their head. So keep that in mind. If coconut trees are beautiful, but if there are coconuts on them, do not walk underneath them.
We don't even. I'm very careful here. I mean, we have the pine cones, and they're not even that huge, but they are sharp, and so when it's windy, I'm a little more cautious. Yeah,
Yeah, things
but
falling from
the sap for pine is gets on your car. Did you have that out here? And
mhm.
then the pine dust,
Dust, that pine
the
dust.
yellow, yeah.
Yeah, pine dust everywhere, yeah, there I remember those, yeah. Go outside and everything's just covered, and have to hose everything down.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, and I never really even thought about it because I grew up north, and we had pine forests across the street, like complete, like, miles of them. But I don't remember it doesn't pollinate in the same way as or leave the same kind of pollen because they were more like Christmassy tree pines, firs or
Oh, yeah,
versus
versus these
beeches.
slash pines. Yeah, I think it's the slash pine that does all that dust.
Yeah, I'm not yes, I'm not sure, but yep. All the things you learn when you move to different places.
Ruth wants to come during mango season.
Yes, I think you should. You would absolutely love it.
Yeah, anytime is a great time to come. But if you're a mango person, mango season is a great time
Well,
to
I,
come.
I do have to say that having people here, it was really great. Um, but I almost wish it was a little cooler because although everybody did love going outside, we couldn't really sit on the porch and enjoy. You could, but it was quite humid.
I
Uh,
was wondering how you got them to leave. How'd you get those people out of your house once they got there? Because your place is just amazing. It's just beautiful.
yeah,
It's
thanks.
probably a
They,
good thing
they
it
would
was
have
hot.
enjoyed it more. Everybody walked around, but it was like walk around the front, and then come in the front door back again. But it was interesting. What really I was like when I watched what people's photos that they took, that they posted, that what people actually look at when they're here. So that was kind of nice. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
fun.
Y yeah, it's probably good that it was hot then so that people didn't hide in your gardens.
Oh, it would be
"Oh,
okay.
I
I
don't
was
remember
never good
seeing
with
so and
that.
so leave." "Oh, I think she's still kinda hanging out in the back playing with the koi fish and the birds and the bunnies and the
I
animals and"
thought, oh man, I had mentioned this to Krista like sometime. Like we used to go camping, but to just this is fenced. It'd be like just camping and no breeze with the heat. No. Well, any breeze with the heat is like a hot, wet breeze. It keeps us moist and dewy.
Yeah, there isn't really much of a breeze, there over the past week, but I think that was more the storm that was making the
When it's going to
breeze.
storm, it does. You can feel the temperature drop and a nice
Just
breeze
move
comes along.
slow.
Yeah.
You just plan ahead to where you wear clothes that won't stick to you, you move slow, and then you're okay.
I absolutely agree with you. There are times I deliberately walk outside and go, ah, because it does penetrate your bones. It's so good for you. It
Oh,
really
yeah,
is.
yeah,
There,
that was,
yeah.
yeah, just a few days ago. I went outside and I was like, just gonna run out real quick to do something. And I got out there and the sun was just hitting just right. And I'm like,
Oh, yeah.
oh, okay. I need to stand out here and just kind of absorb all this. I must have needed a we tease our dog, Nelson. We always tease because he loves to recharge his batteries. He goes out on the lanai every day and he lays on the hot pavers and lays in the sun, and he's got that black back that just heats right up, and he just lays out there and he charges up and then he comes back in. And so it was kind of like
I
that the other
love
day. I
that.
was out there going, I guess I need to charge my batteries.
Yes. Yes. It's a must. Tarzan's like that. And he's got that heavy fur coat. And he is the one who loved to lay out and still does and do that same like Nelson and Mona, who had a coat that was like she was a little bully dog. So she was an AC baby. She was like, nope, nope, I
Right.
need the AC. So Ruth is going to go to Utah next month. So I think Ruth is going to be drier than dry. When I've gone out to
Yeah.
the west like that, it's like, oh, I really am a Florida girl. I
It
love the mountains, but it's too dry.
It's dry and they get really I don't remember how hot Utah gets, but, like, Arizona and stuff, that dry heat, then people go, "Oh, but it's dry heat." No, it's still 110, 114 degrees. I don't care how dry it is.
Oven
It
temperature.
is, it's oven temperature out west. It's like people go, "Oh, I don't wanna live in Florida. It's too hot. I'm gonna move to Arizona." It's like, "What?"
I remember the first time I flew through Vegas, and we really didn't even stop there, but just from you could feel it from the plane door as you came up to it, that walkway thing. Oh, it
Oh,
was just like it shocked me. And then you go into the and you're like, oh, okay, it's temperature controlled now.
it's, um
Oh, yay,
104
Ruth.
we were when we went to Las Vegas back a little bit ago, we did went a camp, an RV, and we stayed at Circus Circus, and their campground at Circus Circus is nothing but a paved parking lot, okay? I mean, literally, when you think campground, this is a parking lot. It'd be like pulling into Walmart and calling it a campground. So the pavement is brutally hot, okay? Because it's like over 100 degrees there. And you could feel the heat coming up through the bottom of the RV. And we were like, well, we'll go swim in the pool. Oh my gosh, the pool had to be 100 degrees. It felt like we were getting into a sauna. It was like or not a sauna, hot tub. It was like getting in a hot tub, and I'm like, "Why do you guys have the heater on?" They're like, "Heater? I don't have a heater on." And so we're like, "Okay, well, let's just kinda hang out until the evening when it cools off, and then we'll walk the strip." The strip, it's still 104 degrees. At 11 o'clock at night, it was still 104 degrees. I was like, "I couldn't live here. I could never." I mean, that's just flipping hot. That's hot. Florida has nothing on that. We have
It's true.
humidity.
Which
Humidity.
again, it keeps us dewy. There
It
you go.
is.
Yay. Oh, do you
Oh
know I'm
my
gonna have
goodness.
to hop off a little bit early? I hope
Yep.
that that's okay with everybody. But that way I get to have a few bites of something to eat before I hop on my thing at 2.
Ruth and Anya are gonna be crushed.
Oh no, they're going to go on and have a wonderful, fun-filled, happy day, staying in the flow.
Stay in the flow. Yeah, if you guys missed the beginning part, we were talking about how you get into that undercurrent of well-being.
Thank
So,
you,
we're
Ruth.
getting a goodbye from Ruth. Thank you guys
Thank
for
you.
being here, listening,
Appreciate
giving
you.
us input. It's kind of fun putting you guys up here
It
on the
is.
screen.
It is.
Well, you have a blessed day, everybody. And my cohort here, Denise at deniseflood.com. Love, love our Fridays together, sweetie.
I do too. I do too. And I can't wait to for your Sunday meditation. I get to see you, but it's a little different platform. But
Yeah,
it's
it's a
all
different
good.
platform. Yeah.
All right.
Well, thank you,
Bye,
dear. Take
everybody.
care. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
I got to push the button.